It happened quietly. No red carpet. No cameras flashing. Just flashing blue lights in Tennessee, and a familiar last name back in the headlines. How does a family fresh off a presidential pardon end up right back in the middle of chaos? Because on a Saturday night in December, Chrisley was arrested, and the list of charges was anything but small. And once you look closer, this story gets far more complicated than a simple police report. And that was only the beginning. The arrest happened around 7 p.m. local time in Rutherford County, Tennessee. Deputies took Chrisley into custody and booked him into the Rutherford County Adult Detention Center that same night. According to reports, the charges included domestic assault, public intoxication, disorderly conduct, assaulting a first responder, resisting arrest, and retaliation for past actions. That's not one mistake. That's a cascade. And for many watching, the first reaction was disbelief. The second was exhaustion. Because this wasn't Kyle's first headline, not by a long shot. If the name Chrisley sounds familiar, that's because chaos has followed it for years. But Kyle's struggles have often unfolded away from the glossy reality TV image his family became famous for. While Chrisley knows best, painted a picture of control, wealth, and perfection, Kyle's real life has been far messier. Back in March 2023, he was arrested on felony aggravated assault charges after a physical altercation with a supervisor while working at a truck rental company in Tennessee. That case alone raised questions about anger, instability, and what was really going on behind the scenes. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get more complicated, Kyle decided to fight back, not in public, but in court. Months before this latest arrest, Kyle and his wife Ashley filed a lawsuit that sent shockwaves through local law enforcement. In August, they sued Rutherford County and 2 sheriff's deputies, accusing them of false arrest, excessive force, and retaliation. Their claim? Kyle wasn't the aggressor. He was the one who called for help. According to court documents, the situation began with a payment dispute involving a mechanic. The lawsuit alleges the man showed up uninvited, kicked at doors, threatened violence, and even used his car as a weapon, ramming their SUV and nearly running Kyle over in front of neighbors. But here's the twist. The lawsuit claims deputies didn't arrest the man who caused the chaos. Instead, they arrested Kyle. His attorneys argued that Kyle was punished for calling for help, and that the incident left him humiliated, emotionally distressed, and financially damaged. The lawsuit seeks $1.7 million in damages, plus attorney fees, and demands a jury trial. Which raises an uncomfortable question. If Kyle believed he was targeted before, what does this new arrest mean now? When news of the December arrest broke, People magazine reached out to the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office for comment. No immediate response came back. That silence only fueled speculation. Supporters argue this is proof of ongoing tension between Kyle and law enforcement. Critics say it's a pattern of behavior finally catching up to him. And online, opinions were brutally divided. Some fans insisted the timing was suspicious, especially given the ongoing lawsuit. Others argued that repeated run-ins with police don't happen without cause. And then there's the reality that can't be ignored. Multiple charges don't appear out of thin air. But what shocked people most wasn't just the arrest. It was when it happened. Because Kyle's latest legal trouble comes right after one of the most dramatic moments in Chrisley family history. His parents, Todd and Julie Chrisley, were recently pardoned by President Donald Trump, effectively ending a legal saga that had dominated headlines for years. Todd and Julie had been convicted on charges including bank fraud, wire fraud, tax evasion, and conspiracy, and sentenced to a combined 19 years in prison back in 2022. Their downfall marked a stunning collapse of a reality TV empire built on luxury and control. The pardons gave the family a second chance, a reset, a moment to breathe. And almost immediately, Kyle was arrested. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. Online, speculation exploded. Some fans questioned whether Kyle was being scrutinized more closely because of his last name. Others suggested unresolved personal struggles were finally boiling over. None of that is confirmed, but the conversation was loud, emotional, and relentless. What is clear is that Kyle has openly spoken in the past about mental and emotional struggles, strained family relationships, and feeling disconnected from the image his parents carefully crafted on television. Fame didn't protect him. Money didn't stabilize him. And the Chrisley name may have become more curse than shield. And now, with multiple charges hanging over him, the future feels more uncertain than ever. Kyle's lawsuit claims he suffered pain, emotional distress, reputational damage, and economic loss from previous arrests. This new incident could complicate everything legally, financially, and publicly. If convicted, consequences could include serious penalties. If charges are dropped, questions about accountability and law enforcement conduct will only grow louder. Either way, Kyle stands at a crossroads. Is he a man repeatedly caught in systems stacked against him? Or someone trapped in a cycle he can't seem to escape? Because the Chrisley story was never really about luxury. It was about control. And when control slips, chaos rushes in. Kyle Chrisley's latest arrest isn't just another celebrity headline. It's a reminder that fame doesn't fix fractures, it magnifies them. And as the legal dust settles, one question lingers. Is this the moment Kyle finally breaks free from his past, or the chapter that defines him forever? Do you think Kyle is being unfairly targeted or facing the consequences of years of turmoil? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories they don't tell on TV.